right, so what day is it? Day 7? Welcome to day 7 on the Pinhoti Trail. This is Mosey and this is Rissa Romes. I was wondering this morning if I made the wrong decision in zeroing today. I did not. I made the right call. Yeah, I was sitting there in the hammock chair and the storm came out of nowhere. I came inside. The hammock chair is now like blown up on the roof, and the rocking chair blew clear across the front porch. So I'm glad I wasn't out in that. Still storming a little bit, but it's calmed down. Sitting outside eating breakfast right now. But update on the trail. I just talked to my boss as the director of the Ridge Runner program that I'm a part of. And one of the other members of the team who was supposed to have a longer post than me is not, it looks like, going to be able to report. So I'm actually being brought in early, which does affect this through hike. So my plan was to cross into Georgia April 10th, and I do think I'm going to end my section hike now. Which still hoping for a through. Gonna try and finish it out before the end of, or in the next 12 months for sure. But yeah, so once I get to Georgia, I'm gonna go home. I'll have about a week to prep before I start my new job. So we're gonna finish Alabama, but we'll have to come back and do Georgia another time. Well, the storms have ended, but I think the power just went out. So that's fun. I was just sitting in bed watching YouTube, getting some stuff uploaded. Oh, and it's back. All right, so since I zeroed today, figured I would talk to you about the gear changes I made that I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about yet. You know, changes on this trail from what I used on the AT. So to start off with, we'll talk about the shirt that I'm wearing. I've always worn a sun hoodie. I wore Mountain Hardwear Crater Lake, and then I wore a town shirt, and then I wore an Outdoor Research merino wool base layer, but it had a hood and had a high SPF rating. I knew I wanted to try something different for this trail. I might have tried out a Jolly gear, but I'm actually gonna be getting a Jolly gear as part of my uniform as a Ridge Runner. So I was like, why would I buy one when I'm about to get one for free? So I just decided to try, this is the REI Sahara button up shirt. And so I wanted to try a button up shirt just for, you know, venting options and being able to roll up my sleeves. I get really hot on my forearms, and so I was always pushing my sleeves up anyway, so figured just being able to roll them up would be good. I will say, you know, this isn't probably a permanent change. It's working for this trail. I don't dislike it. I miss having a hood, especially this trail. There's no green tunnel right now, so sometimes I wish I could put a hood up. And it is fairly thick, but I do like that I can unbutton it and kind of cool off a little bit and roll up the sleeves. So that's one small change. The bigger change to my gear loadout for this trail is actually my food storage. So I've always been a Bear can user. I carried a Bear Vault 475 the entire AT. I have no regrets about that. It was a great piece of gear. Yeah, it's heavy, but it is what it is. I decided though for this trail that I would try an Ursack. So I think this is the Ursack Major XL. I just went ahead and got the bigger version to give myself plenty of room and flexibility. The reason I did not carry an Ursack on the AT is because the ATC, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, actually still says that you should hang food even in an Ursack. If you're not using a hard-sided canister, then they do ask that you PCT hang whatever you have. Hey, quick update from editing Marissa here. Just wanted to clarify what I was saying because I wasn't the most well informed when I said this. So actually, it's not an ATC regulation. I believe it is a U.S. Forest Service regulation along certain parts of the Appalachian Trail that discourage uses of Ursacs. So just wanted to say that's not necessarily an ATC rule. The ATC actually encourages hard-sided bear canisters, although they don't require them in all places. Yeah, they don't really address Ursacs necessarily. But anyway, just wanted to drop that in there because I wasn't totally right in that. The reason for that, it's not, I believe, an issue with the Ursac and it failing as much as people maybe just not hanging it properly. That's my belief anyway. So I figured for this trail, the Pinhoti Trail Alliance doesn't have any sort of classifications on what you should use. Future trails that I'm looking to do don't have any issues with the Ursac. And, you know, thinking about future trails maybe out west at some point, I might want to give this a go. And so I figured I would go ahead and just shed some pack weight and try this out on this trail. So far, so good. It's definitely nicer than having a 3-pound can in your bag. I do miss having, you know, a camp stool. That was nice. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I do use a smelly proof bag in it as well. But yeah, so those are just a couple changes that I have made on this trail. I thought I would key you in since I don't have a lot to tell you about today.